Welcome Transformers fans, my name is Composite EnerJoe and today we bring you my review of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxe class, Arcee. And here she is in her very spiky looking alt mode. And yeah, and I searched all over to what this alt mode is actually supposed to be based on. Well, like most Beast Hunters, say it with me, she is a very extensive retool of her Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe class version of herself. And that's what this is. And the alt mode, from what I could gather, this isn't based on anything official. Like, well, from what I could find, this is just described as a motorcycle. Arcee's motorcycle mode, and that's about it. But I did a little bit more research, and the closest I could find, more so on the original figure than on this one, is that this is a very extensive, a very heavily modified version of some kind of like Kawasaki motorcycle. I would say more specifically a 2014 Kawasaki 650, I want to say. Yeah, that's the one that I think resembles this the most, at least the original figure, the RID Arcee Prime figure, more than this one. So yeah, this is it, and it looks pretty cool. It's got nice rolly wheels, does roll well for what it is, and does have a kickstand, which works well, and also can fold up so that you can, you know, have her fall over. So yeah, a lot of little things. I think this can move a little bit. So yeah, really neat, really cool. Very bat-esque, if I say so myself. Like these parts right here kind of look like bat wings, and that might have been the intention. Maybe, maybe not, but who knows. She does come with one accessory, which is this massive thing, at least massive for her, and this is referred to as the Echo Hawk bow. Once again, because Beast Hunters, and for some reason the majority of the Autobots all have like bird-based weapons, and the way to store this on her vehicle mode is to sort of extend the front wheel a little bit forward and weave this through so that you can see that this sort of becomes sort of covers the tire of it. Then you come back here and fold these pieces until they are right behind the wheel. There's probably better ways to do this, but I think this is how it's supposed to be done. Like so. And then you have this thing, which doesn't look half bad, but at least when I do this, it really does hinder the front wheel, so she can't roll as well. But it's a nice attempt to sort of integrate the weapon, and to also add a little bit of armor. And you can tell they kind of molded in what I believe are headlights onto this thing, so let me go in here and take it out. I'm okay with this. But I think in a similar vein to the knockout figure, I feel that the weapon doesn't really fit the character. I feel that this big bow is a bit much for Arcee, who's supposed to be, you know, quick. This might be a bit too cumbersome. Oh, and these missiles can be launched and they're spring-loaded by these switches. So one, and this one, for some reason this one, something's wrong with it. Let me try the missile on this side. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, something kind of faulty with this spring. But those are the missiles. And as you can see, wait, there we go. You can see these are articulated to some extent. There's hinges, there's a hinge here and hinge here, so you can do that and do that, so that you can have a this thing resemble more of a compound bow or something. Sort of the idea. So let's put this off to the side, and we'll get back to it when we're finished transforming her. So let's get on with transformation. What was the first step? Well, first step, come in here, lift up these pieces. I find her transformation to be fairly simple. Then you come down here, bring down this piece, straighten out the legs, then come in here into the tire, and separate it. And for this part, you fold this back into here. That's pretty much it. Fold this back into here. I thought there was like an extra step somewhere. Make sure that Make sure that it goes back here behind the leg. And then, see, bring out the arms here. The arms, and then... Oh, then you fold this piece down, and it kind of automorphs that when you take her waist and fold it down, it lifts up her head. There, get a nice click. And then there's that, you lift up. Okay. And then for her wheel, you just... Okay. Okay, then you just lift up her wheel like that. I like turning it so that it seems a little bit more flushed. And then have these wings turned back. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. Then you just come in and adjust her hands. And, you know, adjust her hands, and that's it. That really is it. Transformation is not really complicated. It's very straightforward. And yeah, and check out that head sculpt, and that really is prime Arcee. I think a little bit of... I don't think I've ever noticed this before, but there might be some issues with the paint. Or it could could be my eyes failing me. Who knows? Her horn is a little bit crooked. Never noticed that before. But that aside, it's a nice little head sculpt, and she does have light piping. Let's see if I can show it off a bit. She does have... Whoop. She has pretty decent light piping with her nice blue eyes. And yeah, I guess to go off with articulation, she has a ball joint at the head, ball joint at the arms, ball joint at the elbow, and a ball joint at her hand. So she has wrist articulation, which is always nice. She then has ball joints on her legs, on her hips, which she can do a pretty good kick. Rotation also at the hip, and a really good knee, and that's about it. So yeah, she doesn't have as much articulation as I would like her to have, but still not bad. She has the articulation and stability for it thanks to her big boots. And yes, I can see that one, I guess, glaring problem that someone could find, like one annoyance, would be this massive backpack, but I don't mind it too much. To be honest, because it doesn't really hinder her articulation. She has quite a bit of articulation, and it doesn't really hinder it. And thanks to her big boots, she can hold all that weight. So yeah, not bad. As I said, I would have liked it if she was a little bit more slimmed down, but well, what can you do? For what it is, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So yeah, let's get on with her weapon. We have the Echo Hawk bow, in which, in order for her to use it, she it was in her right hand. What you're supposed to do, sort of fold this part like this. Have it go like that, fold it down, and that's it. And then I like to have this hand sort of hold it some way, or have her hand like sort of in there. Up, there, fell off. Like I said, this weapon's a bit too big for her in my opinion, so she doesn't hold it all that well. So I kind of have her hold it with two hands. Yeah. I said this weapon would have been a little bit better maybe for Bumblebee, but she can't hold it. She can't hold this weapon. I don't know if it's just me, but her hands are not... They didn't strengthen her hands enough to actually hold this thing. So basically, what I do, I just have her hold it with both hands. Sort of do that, kind of like an archer notching an arrow kind of thing. Or you give the illusion that that's what's happening. But, hold on. But yeah, that's pretty much it. While I'm finagling this, I might as well get into some little facts whilst I finagle with the weapon. Like I said, overall, it's a pretty nice figure. It's a nice, solid little figure. The vehicle mode is quite nice. I think it looks really cool, especially with the Beast Hunter theme. Her weapon is would have to be the biggest complaint I have would be her weapon, where it just doesn't suit her. I mean, a bow and arrow would be nice, but is a nice idea, especially for her, but I feel that it would have been better if they gave her like some knives or something, like a sword. Or twin sword. I think that would have fit her character a little more, since she's supposed to be, you know, quick. She's like stealthy and quick. Then instead of having this big cumbersome weapon. There we go. I said she can barely hold it. And that is a shame, since the weapon itself is okay. But like Knockout, it doesn't fit. But the thing is, with Knockout, the weapon worked and he could use it no problem. But in this case, this weapon is unwieldy for this figure. So yeah, that my biggest complaint is just the weapon. She should have been given a different weapon. This one just doesn't fit the character that much because it's too big and cumbersome. And that the figure itself can barely hold it. Once again, could be my figure, but just wanted to let you know that this figure has a chance that she just can't hold it. But other than that, the vehicle mode's nice. Transformation is short, sweet, and to the point. And even the robot mode is not bad. I wish it was a little bit slimmer, but it's not bad. So overall, this is just a pretty good, not bad figure. Don't really have anything to say about the figure itself, more about the weapon, but not about the figure itself. So, I do recommend the figure. If you like Prime Arcee, either get this one or its original incarnation. Which one do I like more? I think I like this one a little bit more, because I like the whole, I don't know, I just like it. I kind of like it. There's more going on with it than in the original. But I would have liked if they had given her a different weapon. And I guess some facts is that this mold was repainted, as far as I know, once into the 2014 BotCon exclusive called Flame War, which is basically just a red and black repaint of Arcee here, of Beast Hunters Arcee. And that is pretty much it. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Arcee. It's not a bad figure. And this is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.